It's 15:04 on Joburg Pulse Radio, the heartbeat of the city. Welcome back, everybody. This is hashtag the Tech Talk with TK. We do this every Thursday from 2 to 4 p.m. and we delve into the conversations around automation, digital transformation, as well as AI. And as I promised earlier, we are joined on the line by Willy Seyama, who is the founder of Initiate. He's also founded other businesses within the AI space. Initiate is a digital marketing business, and he's also a leader of conversations, technology conversations, digital conversations, and he's been speaking in various spaces and various forums, and he's going to tell us more about all of that. Willy, thank you for joining us on the show. Please just maybe tell our listeners who you are, what you do, and then maybe we can take it from there to delve into the conversation of today.
You know, TK, when you use the word delve, I cannot help but think ChatGPT-isms. we will discuss that another day.
I must check it out of my vocab.
Thank you so much for the invite. It's awesome. We are looking at doing this now, I think, every Thursday. As opposed to first Thursday of the month.
Yeah,
we'll be discussing all sorts of topics on AI and related topics, as it were.
Yeah.
Yes, my name is Willy Seyama. I am the founder of Initiate, as you have correctly indicated. The company has been around for well over 15 years now. I'm also co-founder of an online funeral insurance business called Voice, Voyse.
Wow.
And we are in the process of opening a company that will be looking into AI productivity solutions. Lots and lots of opportunities there, and we are in the process of getting that going. I've also been involved in all sorts of initiatives over the years, including African languages, whose aim, that particular initiative, African languages, the aim there was to really get these digital platforms to recognize African languages, because we find that, we do not have, as Africans, we do not have enough representation in terms of our languages on digital platforms. And I love teaching. I love talking to various people on subjects, digital and AI. I have been in partnership with an outfit out in Kenya. I have been visiting Kenya since 2012, delivering talks and workshops on digital marketing, and now on AI. And in fact, in July, I delivered 2 talks to one of the leading banks in Kenya on the subject of AI and the risks that go with it. And I've been doing so here in South Africa as well over the last few months. So that's about me.
Thank you, Willy. You're doing so much. And I was just about to ask earlier, interject and ask, you said you were in this business for what, 10 years as an entrepreneur?
No, for over 15 years. This is my 16th year, to be exact.
Ooh, I was strong, very strong, man.
I'm either brave or I'm stupid. I don't know which is which. I should be working for somebody, earning a salary and not worrying about how I'm going to pay the right clients didn't come through.
Yeah, I always actually admire business people, especially the likes of you entrepreneurs. It is really hard, but this is what makes creates big business eventually, and that
Absolutely.
contribute a lot to humanity. So you were talking about the talk that you gave at the Gauteng Intergovernmental Communicators Forum on the risks of AI generating content 2 Mondays ago. How did it go?
Yeah, actually, the topic was the risks of AI generated content. It went down well. I delivered my talk to over 200 communicators from across the province. This is a quarterly forum I came to learn that is championed by the DDG for Provincial Communications, the lovely Sis Pumla Skonyane. And it tells you that it's actually, the initiative is actually sitting in the Premier's office. It's a great initiative indeed, and it is aimed at keeping the provincial communicators informed and help to enhance their skills. And in fact, I was hoping that I was going to see you there, TK. By the way,
I'm shocked I wasn't there.
yeah. No, it went very well. It went very well indeed.
All right, so let's talk about what AI is and what is generative AI. And I think this is going to be very interesting. By the way, we are recording this, so we're going to, probably, I believe you're going to put together something interesting visually that we can put on YouTube. So I'm actually looking forward to what you can do.
Absolutely.
Using AI, by the way, I think.
I certainly am going to do so. I'm playing around with Flux AI as we speak, and I'm enjoying it, by the way.
What is it called?
Flux AI. There have been lots and lots of tweets doing the rounds lately on some of the unbelievably realistic images that have been developed on Flux AI. It is the latest in picture generation tools.
Wow.
It's an open source tool, and people are raving about it. You must check it out. I'll actually share with you a link. But it's actually just flux.ai. Flux as in F for Freddy, LUX .ai. It's worth checking out. It certainly is.
I will. Thank you so much.
Anyway, given that this is the first of the weekly slots, it kind of makes sense to go back a little and ask, what is AI and what is generative AI? Because we tend to be using the two terms very interchangeably. I have put together what I choose to call the AI onion. Using this metaphorically to kind of say it's an onion with various peels, and there are 5 layers to AI that I'm using generically. I'm certain that there's more, but I'm using generically 5 layers. The outermost layer is AI itself, and I will tell you what it stands for. And the innermost layer right now is generative AI. It's innermost for 2 reasons. One is that it borrowed on the developments in AI that led to generative AI. Again, I will also define that in a second. The second thing about generative AI is that it's the latest in the order of the developments within the AI onion. So what is AI? It is a technology that allows computers to perform tasks that usually require human intelligence. Performance of tasks that usually require human intelligence, with the desired state being the ability of these computers to learn from themselves, from human experience, to be able to think and reason independent of human intervention. Think of it this way. Up until now, something as simple as a computer, you have to punch the keys on the computer for it to do something.
Yeah.
the ultimate aim of artificial intelligence as a technology is that a computer will be able to think, reason, execute some tasks independent of you and me. We will just key it to say, I want this to be done at this or that hour, and it will go away and do what it needs to do. It will take whatever time that it needs to take, because some of these tasks are complex and they need the computers to talk to each other. It will go away and do so, hook up with other computers, do the work, keep us informed, and then come back when that task is finalized. That is kind of the desired end state of artificial intelligence. But what is generative artificial intelligence, which, as I said, is the innermost peel of this onion? Yes. And obviously, I'm not talking about the other layers in between. You've got machine learning and you've got deep learning. Those are some of the peels. But the generative artificial intelligence peel is a specific type of AI that creates new content based on the information that it has learned. Okay, so let's pull it apart quickly. On one hand, it has to learn from information, so it's training. And then on another hand, it then generates content, hence artificial intelligence. It generates content on the basis of the data that it has trained on. So those are the two key things when it comes to generative artificial intelligence versus just artificial intelligence overall. So the generative subsegment of artificial intelligence then is meant to then create what is supposedly new content. And I'm saying supposedly because it doesn't always create new, it repurposes the content that it already has learned from for creating the content based on our prompts. I know that it can be a bit technically challenging to explain this to everyone, but suffice to say the likes of ChatGPT that we're using now, ChatGPT is like Google search. Yes. Because it is the most used of these platforms that are called generative artificial intelligence platforms. You key in something, you let it do what it does. We don't even know how it comes up with what process it follows, and then it comes back and gives us the answer in terms of generated content. Hence, I was talking about Flux AI. Flux AI is another form of generative artificial platform.
Wow. So what are the AI reports that are worth reading now as people are trying to understand this AI, this monster that's taking people's jobs? And why do you think those reports would be quite useful?
It's interesting you referring to it as a monster. I say to people, AI is what you perceive it to be. Yeah. It will be a monster if you perceive it as such, but it will also be a co-pilot if you use it for that purpose. Yes. And I really advise people to rather see it as an assistant as opposed to an enemy. Yes. Or this scary thing that we look at as a monster that's going to take our jobs. Yes. Because with every evolution, and we've had tons of those evolutions when you look back to the agricultural, era where we stopped using hoes being drawn by cows and horses to using tractors. And later on, all manner of technologies in that case. But back to this here, there are 5 reports that I really recommend to content creators and marketers and users at large, the likes of researchers and data analysts, and so it goes. Those 5 reports are the Marketing AI report, the Marketing AI report by Marketing AI Institute. The second one is the AI Trends for Marketers by Hubspot. We know Hubspot has been, churning out lots and lots of reports for social media and all sorts of, digital topics. They are now doing the AI Trends for Marketers report. The Work Trend Index by Microsoft and LinkedIn, Work Trend Index. The Shadow AI report by Cybyhaven. The Shadow AI report is great because it shows us how we are using the AI platforms and looking into issues to do with the types of data that we upload on these platforms, and whether we are using these platforms securely, given the data privacy and consumer protection challenges. And the last one is the AI in Africa report, which went into partnership with a company out in Kenya, and we are running this survey with a view to really trying to understand where we are at as Africans insofar as knowledge and skills related to AI. So those are the 5 reports, and as you may have guessed, TK, some of them are fairly explanatory, even in their titles. AI Trends for Marketers, Work Trend Index, Shadow AI, and our report, as it were, which is AI in Africa report. They are all annual reports, as it were, and they're really worth reading for for employees who are supposed to be using AI for their work.
Yes, because it helps you to, I guess, 10x or even 100x your productivity. Otherwise, absolutely, you're doing it the hard way.
No, absolutely. We will kind of dig into these reports as we go. Because they are worth looking into each one of them to try and understand what are the key findings, what are the key insights, what should be the takeouts for us all as we are kind of embarking on this journey. And something to remember is that generative AI is a fairly new phenomenon. It sounds like it's been around forever. It hasn't been 2 years in our psyche. Wow. When you consider that ChatGPT was released only in November of 2022. Wow. It feels like it's been forever. It hasn't.
And this is testament to how quickly things move, because now the S24 and some of the smartphones that are being produced now, they are actually AI. They're built with AI. Even some of the computers that are coming out, we've seen, like on your Microsoft products, you have Copilot all over, basically AI everywhere, and I guess, as you say, it feels like these things have always been there. Maybe they've always been there. I mean, once you gave us a history of AI and technology and automation, and you spoke about how AI has actually been always here. ChatGPT just made it popular.
Absolutely, AI has been around. It's just been in the back room. Exactly. It has kind of now come to the front end. That's why we start talking about it. I mean, as soon as Apple released the iPhone, we were already interacting with AI. But may I add that the iPhone really just kind of poured fuel into the fire that was already there. Because when you consider that Facebook and YouTube, as an example, they were launched in 2000 YouTube was launched late in the late 90s, around 1998, I stand to be corrected. Facebook was launched in 2005. The iPhone came about in 2008. Yeah. So right around that era, we already were interacting with AI in one form or another. We just didn't know that we were.
Yeah. Pravide, I know that you have published an article on the LinkedIn on two of the reports that you are mentioning, on the AI reports. And maybe just let us know what is the title of the article and what are some of the key takeouts.
Absolutely. I have indicated that there are 5 reports that I'm recommending that our listeners must go and check out. I looked at 2 of those 5 reports, and those are the Marketing AI report and our report, which is the AI in Africa report. With the title being what 2 industry reports reveal about the urgent need for AI training in the workspace. That is a title. So it's already a giveaway when you analyze it. These 2 reports, when I looked at ours and I looked at the Marketing AI report, the one key takeout that jumped out at me, TK, is that there is still a huge gap insofar as AI literacy is concerned. And I'm talking literacy, let alone just the skills to be able to do something with the literacy. Because when you look at the Marketing AI report, it shows that people who say their employers are not training them, a good half of the people who participated in that survey indicated that they either don't receive any training or it is in development. It is the same thing with the AI in Africa report. We found that 2 in every 3 people who participated in the AI in Africa report indicate the same. The other one that struck me, TK, is around the issue of AI policy, something that I'm really very passionate about, because for me the AI policy is the framework that provides the guardrails for us as employees to be able to use AI responsibly and securely. And without the AI policy, we are all kind of operating in the dark. Same finding there too, that many companies don't have AI policy in place, both globally, because I might add that the Marketing AI report is a global, is based on a global survey, while the AI in Africa is based on Africa, as it were. So those are the 2 things. Training is lacking, and the AI policy is not in place in many of the organizations where we work, and that speaks to the issue that there is limited adoption on the part of employees, because they don't know whether they will get into trouble by using these tools, in addition to the perception around the fact that these tools are going to take their jobs away. So those are the 2 reports based on this LinkedIn article, which is titled "What 2 Industry Reports Reveal About the Urgent Need for AI Training in the Workspace."
Absolutely, because it is a AI is an important tool to help us to be much more productive, but also to do our work better. I mean, I can imagine if you're doing a strategy and you have actually gotten a good draft from ChatGPT, it will be much more cleaner and most likely even a bit more accurate in terms of how it's written and some of the stats it would pull, especially Gemini, if you want to pull some of the latest research documents to incorporate in your written material. It will do a good job in crawling the internet for you.
Absolutely, TK. There are two other things to say quickly, and I know that we are out of time. One such thing is I wrote another article on LinkedIn to kind of indicate what is happening with the content that we are seeing online. And there is an indication that there is over-reliance on these platforms, which is a bit of an unfortunate one. Hence the word, word delve is now called ChatGPTisms. There is an over-reliance, and that brings with it all sorts of other challenges, and we will talk about those in one of the slots now that we'll be chatting every week. Yeah. The other thing that has been found, TK, and this is from the report by Microsoft and LinkedIn, it has been found that many of the employees who are using these platforms at work, they're using them without authority from their companies, and they also, as a result, don't want to declare. One in every two employees, and there's a large number of employees who are using these tools, one in every two are not declaring that they are using these tools at work for fear of retribution. So we are seeing all sorts of interesting trends that are playing themselves out to do with AI, because as employees we want to be productive. If we can do strategy as you have rightfully mentioned, if we can do strategy in one day, which if we were doing ourselves without using these platforms, it was going to take us, days and days to write. Yeah. We will do exactly that, because that gives us, more time to be able to do other things, and as a result, it saves us time to be using these platforms. So when you're sitting with a situation where the employers are not providing the policy and are not providing the training, we're sitting with problems insofar as our employees go.
Brawilu, I'm sure we'll cover this in detail at the next segment, which will be next week, Thursday, 2 to 4 p.m., as we are building material and content, a bank of content around AI. And we'll be having Brawili here on the show every Thursday, 2 to 4 p.m., delving deeper into these key conversations around AI, automation, and digital transformation. Brawili, your party short. Before I let you go, we agreed that we're going to keep this under 20 minutes.
and we have failed with the very first one. How's that? People can contact me. I'm back on LinkedIn, very active after a bit of a lull. Just look out for me. It's Willy Seyama. Yeah. Thankfully, I'm the only Willy Seyama, so you won't battle to find me.
You know what time it is? Make some noise! This is the